Okay, I think we're live.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another one, live Q&A.
Another.
Yeah, so we are here today with Jess, our beloved game designer for Forge. And I'm Nastia. I'm community management specialist for Forge. I am not normally this orange. I just chose to sit at the orange table today. I did not think this through, so please do not make the same mistake. So today we are gathered to talk about the fellowship event. But before we dive into this topic, Jess, would you like to make a little announcement?
I will. Yeah, this will actually be my last live. So I'm leaving the Forge team. But yeah, it's been lovely, amazing time, and yeah, just to let you guys know. So let's make this last live, really good, and send in as many questions. I will try my best to answer as many as I can.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jess. It's been a pleasure having you in this, even though we only did two together. This is the second one.
Yeah.
You're a great co host, and I'm sure everyone else, just like I do, wishing you the best on your next steps of your journey.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start with a little introduction of the event, like we usually do. So, Fellowship is set in medieval times. As you can see, this is the setting that we have on our background. And as a hero who travels on a horse, you travel between those different fellows. And depending on which one you visit, you get closer and closer to the grand prize. And you should be wise about your travels because your travel rations are limited. And you can gain travel rations from completing the quests. So I feel like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah, well, you can also get travel rations from quests and also the incidents around your city.
yeah,
There's there are little specific events, specific incidents. You've probably seen them around your city. I guess the event has been live now. You've been playing it for over a week, right? So
yeah,
you should have seen their little like a banner flag. It's like a place where a knight might chill. And you can, yeah, if you collect those, you can get actually a lot of travel rations. Like there's a lot in there. So yeah, hope you can find
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true. Apart from that, you can also get them from the newsletter. I mean, this is coming a little late during at this time of the event. However, please do always remember that you always get a little boost from the newsletter. And for this one, it's actually a super nice boost.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much the event, super simple, but yet really beautiful in my opinion. And the medieval setting is always a nice thing to have. And I feel like it matches Forge aesthetic really nicely. And we do have a comment, Jess. Adam says that you will be dearly missed and Kurt left, and now you. It's such a bummer. And I do share this sentiment with you, Adam. However, that's not to say that all is lost. I mean, kind of is, but let's try
No.
to manage.
We have you, so you will take over the lives and everything will be good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so while we are waiting for more questions to pour in, let's talk about in a bit more detail about the event. So about travel rations, we already talked a little. So incidents, newsletter, and event quests are your friends. So what is interesting about the rewards this year? So the special grand prize would be the Heroes Tavern, which is a building that is upgradable to up to 10 levels. and I feel like it's a super good one because it also provides defense for attack units, right? And attack for attack units bonuses as well. So this one will be really useful for your city, most likely. And there is also this little one that is available as a daily special that I find to be really cute and powerful for its size, the Knight's Pavilion. So it's 2x2, it's non-upgradable. However, despite of its small size, it will give you goods and even units when you motivate it. So the rewards for this event are really interesting, I feel like. And yeah, they sound really good. We have some questions, I feel like. Let's see what we have. So about it drifts off a little from the event, but it's nevertheless still a valid question. So not sure how to pronounce your username, but Botla YouTube. Can you buy diamonds for someone? I don't think it's possible to buy diamonds for someone. That is nice of you to think about someone and want to give them diamonds, but I don't think it's the option, and it's probably not something that will happen. Unlikely to happen, I would say.
Hector said, love this game. Thanks, Hector. Good to have you here.
Yeah, likewise. And we have kind of like a follow-up question from Daniel. Hello, nice event. Thank you very much. And will we be able to transfer items between worlds with a cost, of course? And like with diamonds, that is not the option and is unlikely to happen. And about the battleground updates, so as we always encourage you, please, if you have any specific suggestion or an idea, like you mentioned, some different rules for the battlegrounds, please feel free to let us know what exactly you would like to see changed. You can share your feedback on the forum or in the tickets, and it will always reach us and we will pass it on to the game development team. But for now, it's really hard to say what exactly is going to happen to Battlegrounds. We will have to wait and see.
We have a question from Derek. He says, are we only answering questions about the event? So for these lives, usually we want to answer as many questions specifically about the event as possible because we always do live events for every new feature or event. But of course, if you have specific other questions, like please just send them in. But yeah, as many event specific questions, if you have them, would be great. One thing, I'm not sure, I don't know if you mentioned it at the beginning, but we do have something in the event which is super cool, where you can choose your own hero. I don't know if, did you mention this at the beginning?
No, not yet. That would be actually what I wanted to talk about just now while we are waiting for more questions.
Cool, then maybe we can give you an intro. So with the hero event, the fellowship event, the whole storyline is basically that you are traveling the world and you're trying to get to different cities. So you're traveling across the land to different cities, and along the way you are visiting different fellows, let's say, different kinds of people along the way. And what you can do is actually change your avatar, I guess, or like who you are in the event, which is super cool. We haven't really done anything like that before. It's a little bit RPG. And you can do this by switching or selecting a specialized hero. So you can, there's 5 different heroes that you could pick from. And each of them have a specialized ability that will enhance your gameplay during the event. So you have one, for example, one hero who he will give you more league points. So if you were like really trying to get to the gold league, he can, if you use him frequently during the event, he will give you more league points. And then we have, of course, the ultimate hero, who's like this shining gold hero in like epic armor, and he's on a white steed, like super cool. He gives you, or they give you everything, all the abilities of all the other heroes. So I highly recommend, for example, when there's a day of a really good daily special that you really want, like spam the ultimate hero, or there's also the special hero who buffs your daily special drop chance. So
yeah, that's completely, I support the strategy. It's kind of, so you will have to go and consciously check if you do have your hero enabled. So please don't forget to do that, because yeah, you will have to decide every day. They're active for 24 hours, the basic ones, I mean. So you will have to decide every time, depending on how your strategy changes during the event, which hero you would like. Apart from the league table, we also have one that helps you get extra miles traveled, which is something I don't know, whom I've been using lately. Maybe I do like to travel far with the help of the hero. So yeah, heroes are definitely recommended, and this is the great new addition to this event. So as you, of course, noticed, the whole setting of the event is new, and we, of course, have new rewards as we do every time for the event. However, this is also like lots of visually new content, and the heroes used in this kind of event is also a rather new addition. Yeah, and we also have a so someone whose username I've probably butchered, so Botla YouTube, saying that the game is really amazing. Y'all keep the good work, and love from Africa. Love back to you from Hamburg, from our headquarters, and we will do our best to keep bringing you good new content. Oh yeah, so we have a question from Alien Q. In the events, why does the league score keep climbing? It's like the goalposts are constantly being moved, preventing us from gaining a higher score. So I mean, the league tables, they are updated as everyone plays along with you. So and as different players change their strategies, and as they become more active and less active, and as the event progresses, you will get someone who would be faster, stronger, and who would climb in the league scores, even if they didn't do it at the very beginning. So the situation changes, and as people play, they gain more points, and the league aspect of every event is a competitive thing. So yeah, might just have to keep up with everyone else because they're also playing along with you. So it's just a natural progression of the game, right? Speaking of the league rewards, and leagues in general. So yeah, this is, as I mentioned, a competitive aspect of the event, and this is something that we normally have, I believe, in the majority of our events now, right, Jess? Mm-hmm. So please do take a look, if you haven't already, at the league rewards, which will be something extra that you get on top of everything you did, and on top of all the little gifts that you get from fellows, and also on top of the grand prize, you will get rewarded for your efforts. And in the top leagues, you will get selection kits for the grand prize building, and also some wishing wells. So yeah, that will happen.
There's a question here from Russ. In your opinion, which is more important, advancing the timeline or building great buildings? That's a big question. It depends. So I would always say focus on great buildings, like they're the bread and butter. Pick great buildings that are appealing to how you play. And obviously join a guild and get your guild mates to help you with great buildings. But the timeline is also important. As a strategy, I wouldn't say like trying to push through the research tree as fast as possible. That shouldn't be your goal. And to be honest, this is such a big question that I don't think it makes sense going into it now. But there are, I'm telling you, so many amazing tutorials on YouTube from Forge, but also from some of our content creators. And they do really awesome strategies for like new players, mid players, late players, about how to get into different strategies and figure out what is the best way to play Forge. Forge is a big game, so there's a lot going on. And especially with great buildings on the research tree, there's so many strategies and things that maybe you would potentially benefit from knowing at the very beginning before you start going too far into one path. So
I as someone who is not a new player anymore, but maybe a new player, especially given the fact that many people play Forge for many consecutive years, I can say that if you are too a newer player, I would say that investigate great buildings and try to learn more about them and don't sleep on them. So as a newer player, you might get naturally focused on the age progression and on doing the quests and something that game obviously suggests to you. But if you are not a member of a very active guild, missing great buildings can be really easy. So if you are a newer player, I do recommend reading more about them and finding out how exactly you can get them and what do you need to do in order to achieve your goals, and also find yourself a good guild so that they can also educate you and help you and also support you on your great building journey, should you wish to go this way. Yep.
One thing we also should mention, because we haven't had it in every event. For the fellowship event, we also have the fellowship prizes, the bonus prizes. We didn't talk about this either, right?
No.
And that is a bonus reward. So every time you get to a city, you get a grand prize, like a super cool reward. And usually it's a kit for an upgrade kit for the Heroes Tavern, the new building for this event. But you also, if you unlock the second lane, the fellowship prize, it's like a bonus reward every time you make it to a city. And I'm telling you, such a good deal. It's like the amount that we give out in that bonus lane of rewards, it's a lot of really good stuff. There's some really nice stuff. There's I've forgotten the name of it now, the Flower Maiden, which is another there's 3 new buildings in this event, guys. 3 buildings. That's a lot. We don't usually do 3 brand new buildings. So we already spoke about the Heroes Tavern and the
Knights Pavilion.
Knights Pavilion, thank you. And we also have the Flower Maidens, which is, I think, genuinely one of the most beautiful buildings we've ever had. The animation is like a bunch of flower girls or maidens dancing. It's super beautiful. And it gives a lot of forge points and also boosts for defense for attacking army. It's great. It's a really great building. There's also an amazing avatar there in that bonus lane. It's I think it's Sir Lionheart.
Do you mean the golden armor, the badass looking one? Yeah, that looks really good.
Like the ultimate hero, I think. It's similar. So yeah, he's super cool, and there's lots going on there. You should check it out, guys.
Yeah, what I really am fascinated the most with is that the newer buildings, especially, they tend to be pretty compact for the bonuses that they provide. And
Yeah.
especially if you're someone who did a great job building your city and adding all of the different beautiful buildings that we have, you will appreciate the compactness of the building, and yet it will still give you a noticeable bonus. Well, forges the puzzle, and you will have to ration your space. So it really helps to have a building that is smaller than the other ones,
Yep.
many other ones.
I agree.
Yeah, and about the avatar you mentioned, I've been also monitoring the feedback about the event, and I hear that the avatar is mentioned every once in a while in a positive way. So
Great.
please rest assured that the this feedback we pass on to our game team and our artists. They love to bring in new content, as you may see also from even this background and from the event in general. So, of course, we let everyone know and inform that this is a welcome thing to have in the event.
I was just corrected. Thank you. So that is why I love you guys. Jeffrey just said, actually, Sir Lionheart only comes from the leaks, and it's you're right. It's the female knight, and Dame Isabella, I think. She comes from the bonus rewards, the fellowship prizes. So yeah. So if you want to get Sir Lionheart, super cool. You need to get into the Gold League and use the ultimate hero to get into the Gold League, or the League hero, and then you get him.
Yeah, it was also absolutely intentional. It was just to test your event knowledge. So
Test your
please,
knowledge.
yeah, of course. Um, we have a question from Mark about great buildings as well. So, how do great buildings swap threats work?
Again, it's a huge topic. This is why I mentioned earlier in my first thing is to get into a guild. If you're like, it's really important. Guilds are get into guilds, especially if you're an early player. To be honest, they usually most active guilds will have a thread or a message explaining everything and all the things that you would need to do as a guild member, and they will explain everything for you. And again, there's so many YouTube videos out there, but I don't think you even need to watch a YouTube video. You can just go and ask your fellow guildmates, and you will learn a lot from them. There's really some really knowledgeable people in Forge, and yeah, I just totally encourage you to go and ask them, because they'll tell you so much more than just that. There's loads of other knowledge to be gained.
Yeah, that is true. And the social aspect is really important about the Forge, about Forge in general. So lots of knowledge you will gain from the people you're playing with, more than from anywhere else. And we have some nice words for Jess again from Jeepman's opinion. I'm sorry if I didn't say it correctly. Saying, Jess, good luck in your new endeavors, and you will truly be missed. That is really sweet and also really true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
I have another question from John. Can you get King Queen selection kits? This is cool. I'm happy to get this question. This is from the anniversary event. We had Forge's 10th anniversary early this year, and we made a specific building for it. We always do King and Queen building every I think it's every 5 years. We did one, 3. I guess you're looking for selection kits for this. We will try and bring this for maybe the next event. I will take that with us and tell the other designers, and hopefully we can get that out to you. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, speaking of the like fun favorite buildings and just interesting buildings in general, as usual, keep an eye on the daily specials
Yeah.
and see what is coming there. So, of course, we will not spoil the surprise about the daily specials and tell you everything that that is in there. However, there are some fan favorites such as Stage of Ages, for example, that I also personally really like.
Yeah.
But everything else, you gotta wait and see how it is. What are you gonna get? And of course, please do not forget that you can shuffle daily specials if for some reason the current one doesn't appeal to you.
Yeah.
So that is always an option. Okay, we have 5 minutes to go. It's 5:55, so we will be rounding up. So please post your questions if you haven't already, and we have a few minutes to finish them. You have a really focused face, Jess.
I'm
Looking
reading
for
the
a
chat.
question.
I'm reading
Looking for a
the chat, but
question.
there's just so many. It's like always the problem. You find a question, then it goes. I wanted to mention one extra thing about the Heroes Tavern building, which we didn't mention, is some of our event buildings, they give out bonuses and cool stuff like resources and stuff, but they sometimes also give a little citizen. Some of the historical, if any of you have been playing the game for that long, that we used to do historical quest lines where you could get buildings, like for example, we gave out for Cleopatra historical quest line, you could get a little Cleopatra who walks around your city. And for this event, we gave out the Heroes Tavern, and the Heroes Tavern, shocker, provides or sends a little hero. He's a knight, actually. Looks again a little bit like the ultimate hero, and he walks around your city. Super cool.
Yeah, the animations, if you don't have them enabled by default for some reason, you definitely should. They are, I mean, I probably overlooked them, and I'm now discovering new exciting things about how my city appears.
Always have your
with the
yes.
Yep.
I love them. And some of our artists spend so much time concepting the buildings, and then also thinking about the animations, and they're so cool. They're really beautiful.
Yeah, some of them are unexpectedly cute. Like, yeah, you wouldn't expect them to be that cute, but they're like teeny tiny, and yeah, really nice. We have another question from Dennis asking, what does the number that appears and reappears in the upper right corner of an inventory item represent? I did have to peep in my inventory, and luckily I did have some things with numbers on them. So I feel like you might be referring to new items that go into your inventory, and normally the number will be 1, which means that you have one of this thing. And if you happen to have more, it will be a different number. So yeah, very simple, just a representation of how many of this new item you will have. I hope this answered your question. If it didn't, feel free to send us to ask us on the forum or in the support ticket, and we will be really happy to help you.
I just want to, Ted has asked a lot of questions. I don't know if I'll be able to answer them all. Ted Elam. Diamonds after free daily prize change. So I guess you mean the daily special switch. If we could, so it's limited to once a day. If we could then have it as a purchase for diamonds, we will be looking into this. We originally didn't want to do this because it kind of makes like the surprise, I guess, of like the whole point of daily specials, that there's something new every day. How, at least how we designed it and how we built it, a little bit irrelevant. So that's why we only limited it to once. Like if you didn't like it that time, you got a one time to switch it around. But yeah, we are looking into this. We're looking into this whole system in general, or the events, to, like, you know, as we always do, to freshen up, refresh, whatever the event. So yeah, we will take this with us.
But for now, there's always something you can do in every event every day. So you can check daily special in this particular event. As I mentioned previously, check on your hero and decide who you want to ride with today and who is going to be helping you today and which bonuses you need. Collect incidents. So like apart from checking on your city, there is always something to do during the event. And it will also really help you boost your progress significantly. So if you check on the incidents, most of the days of the event, you will simply have more travel rations or like any other event currency that you would have if you didn't check on the event every day. So do with this information whatever you prefer.
Oh no, I think oh no. Well, 1 minute, I was reading all the chat and what everyone said, and we've already gone over time. No.
Yeah. Do you want one more?
Well, we can just.
Do you have one more?
Lucas asks, how frequently are you live on any social media? I guess for Forge, how frequently do we do lives? We do them for every event, so that's at least once a month, I think, off the top of my head. And then but it's also for if we have other features or other updates. So yeah, keep an eye out. We're also always updating the YouTube page or Facebook with content for you guys, like tutorials and announcements and stuff like that. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, apart from lives, there's also always content, like Jess said, and you will always get notified about the content via in-game messages. So just like, well, for live, you get like a larger pop-up, as far as I remember, but always check on the in-game messages, and then you will find us on YouTube and can watch our content. Thank you very much for the question, by the way. It's nice to know that lives are needed. Okay, we are over time. I don't have any questions with me at the moment. So thank you everyone for tuning in today, and thank you everyone who joined Jess in particular for her last ride with us in the live Q&A. And Jess, you should take over a little for a little second and say bye.
Hi guys, and yeah, we will meet again. We will meet in Forge. I will keep playing. So yes, see you in Forge, everyone.
Yeah, see you in Forge, and thank you for your nice words today. Have a nice evening. Bye. Or whatever you are. Bye.